It's like my golf thing. Dude, I don't know what's going on with our picture. Like, it's not.
It's showing us, dude.
But like on my streaming page, it's not showing me. So I can't see anything.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let you know. Cheers, brother.
I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm just making sure everything's
Oh,
working.
you're good.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's, oh my God. That's terrible. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast. I am your co-host, Marcus the Hammer Mary, along with the wonderful, fantastic, skinny domestic.
And I am Skinny Domestic.
He
The
is, he is, he
wonderful,
is.
fabulous. Uh, I don't know what's going on. Like, I can, I can clearly see us, but like on my streaming thing to like go to YouTube, like it
Let's
is
see if it.
all I can't see anything.
Let's see if it's playing.
Yeah, is it playing? Is it
Yeah,
picking us up?
yeah, you're good. You're good. I'll just make sure. I'll watch it on the other end and make
Okay,
sure that
yeah,
it's still
because
working.
I
I'll
don't
let
know.
you know.
Like if Mac, so we may have a guest. If she joins in, I don't know what I'll have to do because the camera's gonna change. Like it's all gonna get fucked up. So
We'll figure it out.
I wonder if it's gonna let me. It'll let me transform it. I just will have to base it off of other things, I guess. I'll figure it out. If it comes to that, whatever. I'm sorry, but the quality's not gonna be good. I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, why it's doing this. I literally have no control over anything. Um, Episode's gonna be pretty easy today. If Mac joins,
Yeah.
then we'll have a little bit of a guest, but news. Um, and then we're gonna talk about some like what teams need to do to get over that hump to either make the playoffs, make the Super Bowl, become Super Bowl winners, contenders, whatever. And then that's kind of it for this episode. And talk about the games
Bullshit.
last week. Yeah, whatever. If Mac hops on, clearly we'll do what we do with our guests. Um, but not much going on next week. Same thing, going into the Super Bowl. We'll have and then like the Pro Bowl will
Yep.
do, will be next. I think it's like next Tuesday is the game or whatever the Super Bowl week. But
Yeah. We literally have. We literally have.
2 episodes after this.
Yeah, 2 episodes after today, which is craziness. So
Yeah,
I can't believe we finally got through it. Like you get to like week 10, and you just feel like, fuck. There's so many more weeks left, and
yeah.
you finally get here, and you're like, holy shit! Like we're about done.
And it dies down so fast because fantasy ends. So like all the fantasy's gone. Um, the playoffs, you get lesser and lesser games, and then you get to this point where you just kind of have to wait for anything, and just you're talking about a lot of the same every year. You're just talking about a lot of the same stuff, just different situations, clearly. And then like the last episode, we talk about the Super Bowl, and then we talk about the upcoming season. And
Yeah.
um, so and then we'll take a break. I think we're planning probably in terms of actual podcast episode until like April, a week or two before the draft. Probably, I think we did it last year where we did it the week before the draft, dived into the draft a little bit. Then we'll do a live stream for the
Yeah.
first round of the draft, and then like we did last year, and then we'll have a full episode after the draft that week, and then but during that time we'll hop on and do like live like mocks or just random things like that. In the meantime, and for that, and then we'll get into fantasy pretty much right after. But real episodes, pretty much gonna have like maybe two until like July, roughly. So
Yeah. We won't have. We might come on if something crazy
yeah,
happens, but like it's probably. I mean, there's just nothing to talk about. You can
yeah,
talk about. We could do a free agency, and we'll do that once it comes to the
yeah.
draft. We'll do a free agency recap the week before, and then it's into who we think is going to go into the draft. I mean, luckily, it's helped me a lot with my knowledge of the draft being in a dynasty league, though. Especially, you know, last year, just going and doing the research and looking at these players helped me tremendously drafting.
Yeah. Um, The other one too is, I mean, like we follow the UFL a little. I thought I'd probably pay more attention to it than you do.
You do.
Um,
I don't care about the UFL.
St. Louis Battlehawks, but like there's guys that, um, like I watched in college, and stuff like that, and like the St. Louis Battlehawks have a couple uh, Iowa State players. Let's see.
Hakeem Butler, baby.
Yeah, he was one of the people that they kept on their roster, that like you couldn't touch because I mean he's just good
Who's
there.
their? Did they already have their draft?
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback now?
Let me go look at the roster. Like we brought back James Bostic, who he played with us I think last year. Um, then we have that Pearson. We got him back, and he was good. Like our wide receiver core is going to be pretty good. Quarterback.
I know the running back Jacob Sailors, like from a couple years ago. He was on the Lions, I
Yeah,
think.
he's not on. We got Jarvion Howard, Kayvon Waltis, Kylan James, and Jordan Waters. Sorry, Waters. Um, but our quarterbacks are Brandon Silvers out of Troy, Michael Pratt out of Tulane, and Ben Wooldridge out of Louisiana. So, um, and then wide receivers, we got Hakeem Butler out of Iowa State, Pearson's out of Ole Miss, Frank Darby's out of Arizona State, uh, James Bostic's out of Ohio. So I'm always excited to just watch them. We need to go to a game someday. I just, dude, it looks like such a blast. We have a guard from Iowa State, Michael Ujamudia. He's a free safety out of Iowa. Got him. Sorry,
Who else is notable, dude? No, you're fine.
I'm just, not Michael, Miles Sims, our DB from Georgia Tech. Yeah, we don't. Jordan Williams, middle linebacker out of Baylor. Carlos Davis out of Nebraska. Travis Feeney out of Washington. Pita Timapuno from Utah. I know I just said that wrong, but yeah, I'm excited. I like to watch it. I like to watch it. It's a fun little um, it's a fun little thing. But all right, why don't you get us started
It's
with the
saying
news? What?
it's saying AJ McCarron Battlehawks.
He's
He's not on the Battlehawks.
no, he hasn't signed anything yet. I don't. I think, dude, he's literally been like the Battlehawks like goat of quarterbacks.
Irv Smith Jr. is on the fucking Kings, apparently.
What? Whoa. Are you? Oh, are you looking at like all the teams' rosters?
Yeah. Okay, let's see grading teams. The Stallions got the first. The Stallions head coach AJ McCarron. He's
Oh.
the head coach.
Oh. All right. I'm looking at the
Uh,
Yeah, so you're on the Stallions right now.
yeah, Laviska Chenault,
Steven Gilmore.
Justin Ross.
Ah.
They have Rodrigo Blankenship,
Hell,
dude.
fuck that dude. All right, he didn't like our fantasy football names when I did my draft. And he wouldn't even say it.
What the fuck, dude? The Columbus Avalators, they had their Ted Ginn Jr. did a strong job assembling talent. What the fuck? Ted
Uh,
Ginn Jr. is the head coach?
Anthony McFarland. The Stallions have Matt Corral and Jaron Hall at quarterback.
What the fuck? Oh, Matt Corral, baby. Let's see. Zadarius White.
Oh damn! All right, Columbus Aviators. Oh, there's also 4 new teams. Let's see.
God damn it. The defenders have Jordan Tiamo.
Clayton Tunes with the Aviators. Raheem Blackshear is the running back for the Aviators.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Benny Snail,
Devin Ross, Jalen Moore.
Kalen, Kalen Balaj is in there, dude. Holy fuck, dude. There's a lot of fucking
Who are you looking at?
like the fucking the Louisiana Kings, dude.
All right, I'm looking at
They
the
have
Dallas Renegades.
they have they have Irv Smith Jr., Kalen Balaj, and Benny Snell. There's Fitzpatrick. Holy shit. The Orlando Storm has DT Darian Thompson Robinson.
Damn, they got some pretty decent quarterbacks. Luis Perez is back with the Renegades. Damn, he's a solid. Isaiah Spiller is on the Renegades.
What the fuck? Dude, there's some decent names in here though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Miles Boykin is with Renegades at wide receiver. Greg Ward's on the dude. Denzel Mims and Greg Ward are both on the Renegades.
Dude, the Kings are just the fucking Minnesota Vikings, dude. They have Cameron Dantzler and Andrew Booth. And I'm pretty sure Isaiah Bolden used to play for Minnesota too.
I'm looking at the defenders now. Yeah, Jordan Ta'amu on the defenders. Damn. Montreal, Washington. I feel like that's was the last one we haven't looked at.
I don't know. This is
The
this is
Houston
just wild.
Gamblers. Let me go look at them.
This is just crazy.
Quentin Newsom sounds like a familiar name at DB.
Quentin Newsom?
Yeah.
He is.
Quarterback. They got Hunter Deckers at Iowa Western for the
Nice,
Gamblers.
dude.
Yeah. Marcus Major out of Minnesota. I remember him. Running back. Justin Hall. Damn, dude. Yeah, this is going to be a.
Dude, at this point, I might be a Louisville fucking Kings fan, dude. The Kings are just ex-Minnesota Viking players.
Benny Snell, dude.
Yeah, I know Benny Snell
Kalen
and
Balaj.
Kalen Balaj,
Yeah, dude.
dude. That's
That's
gonna
going to
be a
be.
1-2 punch, dude.
Yeah. Tariq Black out of Texas. Kwame Lassiter out of Kansas. Oh, some pretty good talent. Did you look at the Orlando Storm team already?
Yeah, I laid it all.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on with news. Sorry about the UFL talk. We'll get it. I like to watch it every now and then and talk. Just look at some of those Iowa State players played. But all right. What news do you have? We'll save the Belichick one for last because that one I know we'll
Then,
talk about a little bit more.
then I don't got no fucking news. There's nothing going on.
Gardner Minshew did not tear his ACL, guys. So he is set to be a free agent. He just had a bone bruise.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know. I,
How the hell do you fuck that up?
I do not know. But yeah, just had a bone bruise. Um,
Future Minnesota Viking Gardner Minshew.
he's gonna be free agent, so can sign anywhere he wants. A lot of teams that need that backup quarterback, and I mean, he had some success in the league. You know, he's not a bad guy to get on your team, and he just spent the time. I feel like if you can go play for the Chiefs and be a backup quarterback to Patrick Mahomes and be on an Andy Reid offense, I think that's usually kind of help you a little bit. Now, Carson Wentz just doesn't have that leadership that I think like some of these other guys can bring in there. Todd Monken is now the Browns head coach, the Ravens offense coordinator. He is now the Browns head coach. Um, Joe Brady is moving on to be the Bills head coach. Bumping up. I kind of thought Dable would get that, but I respect it. It's
I mean, dude, Joe Brady did have that offense running
yeah,
pretty nice,
yeah,
pretty nice. Well, here's the thing. I was worried about. Well, I was happy that I got rid of uh, James Cook, but now that Joe Brady's going to be there and the head coach, he fucking loves James Cook, dude.
yeah,
James Cook is going to eat.
yeah. I would have probably thought they would have kept him at offensive coordinator, and then I know that I said I wanted Brian Dable there, but it probably would have been smarter to
Well, dude,
go get a defensive minded
they had
DC.
they had 45,000 people sign a petition to bring back Sean McDermott. People are fucking
My
pissed about it.
my thing with coaches is with what you have as a team and what there is for talent pool. I know like coordinators, if they've never had a head coaching position, you never know what they can do. But you look at all the other coaches there, you know, do you look at it and be like, what does do any of these guys truly think that you can do any better than what you currently have? I get it if it's a bunch of years of the same thing. I understand. I get it both ways. Um, but like to me, also when you look at head coaching, if you just fire a guy because it's like, oh, we went 3-14, we need to fire you. Well, what's the next guy going to come in and do? You know, and
Yeah.
what are you changing to actually make that happen? You can't just be like the Raiders where your team's literally fucking trash, and
Did
you're
anyone take the Raiders job
no,
yet? I didn't see anything
Raiders
about
and
it.
Cardinals are still no one has signed with them yet, or they haven't signed
I don't
anybody.
know. I don't know why they can't get anyone. Like honestly, like bring in a Mike McDonald to the fucking Raiders. I know he signed with the Chargers. Also, do you see oh, that's right. I want to say I do have some news. But you see fucking what's his face? Uh Brian Flores is staying in Minnesota, dude.
Well, that's not official. He signed an extension that if he doesn't
If
get a job that he wants, he knows he can stay.
he wouldn't go for Arizona and he's not going to go for the Raiders, he's probably going to stay. But also what the fuck are the Steelers thinking, man?
Yeah, signing Mike McCarthy. the
Do they
funny,
bring back Rodgers? Do we
I
act like it's
I
20?
think they do.
I think Rodgers and Mike McCarthy had bad blood.
I know, but I think they bring it back. I think he comes back. Um, I I saw this meme. It was the Steelers letting go of Mike Tomlin and then hiring hiring Mike McCarthy is like shitting your pants and changing your shirt.
I
uh,
mean, I mean, Mike McCarthy beat him in a Super Bowl, man. That's all I know.
yeah, yeah. Mike McCarthy got signed. Jets part way with their offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrom, which I thought was hilarious because their defense was so bad too that you kept your fucking head coach. That defense is good as fuck with the right coach, and clearly that shows with what Sala
I,
did with that defense, and then what he did with the 49ers
yeah.
defense.
Oh, and they got kind of a hot shot offensive coordinator I saw too. The Titans did that. Someone that I was like, oh fuck, that's
Oh,
kind of
Brian,
interesting.
they're they're looking at Brian Dable.
Oh, was it Brian Daboll?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
I
Brian
don't think
Daboll.
it's officially
That's
official yet, but because I think he's holding out for potentially getting the Raiders job because he wants a head coach job. Like that's what he wants. It seems like just based off of like all the media and everything. Um, but if he doesn't get that, it sounds like he'll go and be the Titans offensive coordinator.
I mean, interesting. Interesting. I hope that
Yeah,
we fuck, dude. I hope we keep Brian Flores, dude. You know how fucking awesome that'll be? Dude, he's got to be like one of the most like hated motherfuckers in the league.
Yeah.
He's taken defenses with no names on there and made them top 10 defenses almost every single year that he's been there.
Well, and then you sign some DBs. I think that
Hmm.
defense will be perfectly fine.
I think they're
Um,
gonna take too early to say AJ Terrell's brother out of Clemson.
you could. I also have them looking at potentially getting a tight end because Hawkinson's been
Ass.
well in
Dude,
it,
well, it's either Shaquille or Max Klein.
yeah. I personally have Sadiq falling in the draft. Like I just don't think teams are going to get him that early. That maybe some other people think because I don't. I think there's so much other talent in other places. Like it's a very defense. Like if you need defense, this is that first round is you go and get a defensive player.
Hey, dude, if he falls, I'm taking Sadiq first overall, 1.1.
um, Jonathan Gannon headed to the Packers as their defensive coordinator. I called this one. I was the only that one podcast, the Bear and Cheesehead podcast that we're like we kind of like share shit with and all that. Um, on like TikTok and Insta and all that. They posted their cheeseheads, they're Packers, there's some Packers fans or whatever. They asked who they want as their defensive coordinator. I was like Jonathan Gannon, and I went back and looked at it at that post, and I was the only one that said Jonathan Gannon. So, woo, I got something right. Arthur,
Oh
you're gonna
yeah.
love this. Arthur Smith has taken his talents to the Ohio State University as the offensive coordinator.
Is
Just
there a
know.
Bijan Robinson in Ohio State for him to fuck up?
Well, I was gonna say if you're a backup running back at Ohio State, you're gonna thrive.
Yeah, you're
If
gonna
you're
be
a if you're
happy,
a
dude.
if you're a below if
He
you're
did
a
it. You're right. He did it again, dude. I forgot about that. He did it again with Kenneth Gainwell, dude.
yeah,
He's
and
such a bastard.
I
He's
mean
such
think
a
about it. You
bastard.
had Pat Fryermuth, but you were running a lot more. It seemed like John Smith and the Washington were more involved.
Darnell Washington, dude. He loves him some Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington shouldn't be even a pass catcher. Like that dude is a fucking offensive lineman,
I feel so bad for like DBs that have to tackle that because that is just
dude.
oh no.
Dude, that's a man, dude.
But
That's a man.
yeah, he did it again. And Ohio State, if you're a I don't know about tight end. Johnny Smith had his seasons, but like, kind of over his prime. Like I guess if maybe you're like a 6-year tight end going to Ohio State and you're a backup running back,
Yeah,
get ready to fucking thrive under Arthur Smith.
dude. I should bust out my Arthur Smith jersey. The only way that or
Oh,
my
your
shirt.
shirt.
The only way it could be better, dude, is if he went to Virginia, dude, just to ruin my day.
I haven't seen you wear that shirt in a while. It must be in the back of your closet somewhere. Just,
Well, free Bijan has been made, so
Jesse Minter is hired as the Ravens head coach, so be solid for
eh.
him. Good. Lions offensive tackle Dan Skipper has said he is officially retiring, so no more ineligible man downfields and all that bullshit, and didn't check in, and
Yeah.
with him no more. As I said before, Cards and Raiders are the only team with teams without head coaches yet. I assume
Yep.
they're probably right now. I feel like the Raiders. I know they were a trash organization, but you got a lot of fucking cap space. You got Tom Brady in there. Like I feel like you have
You
young
know what?
talent offensively.
I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Make me
Well,
the head
my
coach.
other thing too is, well, it's Raiders. You sign a 4 or 5 year contract, you're bound to at least get paid for 3 of it not working. They're gonna,
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out in 2 years, you're gonna get fired. So, but you got Genty, you got Bowers, you got Mayer at tight end. You got Max Crosby on that defensive side. I mean, they're
There's one man that can save this franchise. You're gonna have to understand. It's not gonna make people happy, but he can do it. And his name's Jonathan Gruden. Bring him back, baby. Bring
Be
him
like, hey, I
back.
know we're paying you $10 million
Yeah.
already this year. Will you just take that as compensation? We'll just go back to that contract. We'll just bring that contract back. Forget everything that happened. We'll just bring that back. That would be hilarious. Diego Pavia Senior Bowl measurements. So he was being listed in college at 6 foot 200, just over 200 pounds. His Senior Bowl measurements came back at 5'9" and 7/8 and 198 pounds.
Yeah, he's not getting drafted.
No, he'll get drafted. There's quarterbacks that are that short in the league.
5'9"? No, there's not, dude.
Bro,
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was 5'10" and they called him midget boy.
uh, how tall? How tall is
And it
Kyler
never
Murray?
works out. It never works out, Skinny. He'd be by far one of the smallest quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, they say Kyler Murray's 5'10". He'll get drafted. It's a weak draft class. They'll still give him a shot.
Skinny.
He won't be.
I don't know.
It's not like he can't be drafted in like the 6th or 7th round and given a fucking shot. It's a weak
Bro.
draft class.
5'9".
Hey, some team's bound to do it. Just watch. Lastly, before we get into the last bit of not score football news, like score news, Shadir Sanders is named a Pro Bowler over guys like Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow.
It's the NFL fans' way of getting back at the NFL.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got to be. I mean, he's just like there are some Shadur fanboys. I thought Shadur was kind of fucked over in the draft, and I thought that he didn't do great, but he didn't do that bad for what it could have been, I guess.
Well,
like I think the Browns should take him as a starter this year.
Third string quarterback, didn't have any first team practice reps until he finally took over. You know, like the things that he was doing in week.
Who got the Browns job?
Todd Monken from the Ravens, former Ravens offensive coordinator. So.
Oh. I mean, I don't know what that'll be like. I mean, honestly, Judkins.
Well,
I like to run the ball.
Judkins, you're gonna draft a wide receiver in this class. I don't see them not doing it. You're gonna have him, whoever they draft. You got Sanders, you got Harold Fannin. Like that's gonna be a very young core. Your offensive line's been pretty good. Your defense has been amazing. You know, add some pieces to that. You got a good young linebacker. You got Myles fucking Garrett on that line. Like
prime Myles Garrett.
You're very it comes down to your quarterback play, and if you give Sanders the keys and have trust in him and let him play, I think he can be a serviceable quarterback. He showed that he could probably be a serviceable quarterback, just based off of the getting thrown into it last second. And
Carnell Tate, dude.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there. And then lastly, the big piece of news here is Bill Belichick not voted in first ballot Hall of Fame coach.
What a disgrace. We're talking about a bigger disgrace than Shadur Sanders being voted into the Pro Bowl. Granted, I'm pretty sure Mitch Trubisky was a Pro Bowler at one point. So it happens. But we're talking about not a topic of conversation. It's not like it's, he was really good, but there were guys that were just as good as him. He won 6 Super Bowls, dude. He's better than Bill Walsh. He's better than fucking.
And it's not just his head coaching either. Like it's
no, he won 3 Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator.
I think he won 8 total. He's won like 8 total. So as a coach, your whole coaching career, did he have great success as a head coach without Brady? No, but he did other things as a great coordinator.
Yeah, Brady the whole fucking time, basically. Yeah, Brady. People are talking about it. Brady came into the league in 2001, and he had him basically the whole fucking time. Might have been 2000. He might have been a part of the 2000 draft.
And here's the other thing too: is he was Tom Brady wasn't a first round quarterback. Like this guy had to
No,
develop, and you just don't develop as a quarterback without a
he
good mentor, head coach. You can talk
he
about
had Drew Bledsoe, and at the time, Drew Bledsoe was like the best quarterback in the league. People forget about that, but I'm pretty sure Bledsoe won an MVP, and he was like, "Oh, we got a great quarterback." And he took Tom Brady, helped build him up, and made him into a monster. And I think it's both. I think it's a combination of both of them. But Bill Belichick is by far the greatest head coach in NFL history, and it's not close. Bill Walsh could be second if you really want to. And then after that, who? Fuck,
yeah,
Andy Reid's up there now.
yeah, and like he had one winning season after the Brady days. He
Yeah.
had years of quarterbacks of Mac Jones, Cam Newton, who he had the skeleton of Cam Newton. You know, like it was
Yeah.
not good Cam Newton. His last year, they you know like it they won 4 games. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, Malik Cunningham. You know, like they didn't have guys that were the Tom Brady's. Like nobody turned it into the Tom Brady's. Mac Jones has looked better with the 49ers, but like that team just was not. Once Brady left,
No.
everything kind of collapsed in terms of that roster could not get constructed properly. The defense was still good, which wow, the defensive minded head coach is still keeping a defense like that, still pretty
Yeah.
decent. It came down to the offense and what, you know, it was a tough team, but a coach. Tell me how many coaches have 8 Super Bowl rings, either as a coordinator, head coach, whatever. Not a big list if there is any. You know, like it's not.
No.
That's people want to make it was Brady. Okay, let's talk about other sports. Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. You know, he had teams of those caliber. Kobe and Shaq. Like, just because you're paired with these good talents, great talents, all time talents, doesn't make any less of what you are as a coach, no matter what you do, with or without them. Like, Greg Popovich has had some bad San Antonio Spurs seasons because Tony Duncan left, but that doesn't change the fact Greg Popovich was probably the top 2 greatest coach to ever coach basketball. You know, so it doesn't take
I
away
don't know.
anything.
It's crazy. The 10 people that didn't vote for him,
Well,
like,
the the Hall of Fame whatever board or whatever the fuck just came out and said that, um, you know, like if you're not voting truly and all this shit, you will be removed from the committee after this happened. So they're
well, yeah. I mean,
sounds
they
like they're
should, dude.
sounds like they're going to be
I
looking
think it.
into it a little bit.
I think it could be a lot about Bill Belichick. I mean, his personal life out of there. He left his wife, and then he has his younger
Which,
girlfriend that's
if you're voting for
really really
that,
young.
you shouldn't be on the committee. It doesn't matter what the fuck they,
Oh.
you know, it doesn't. That shit doesn't matter.
Isn't O.J. Simpson a Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
Is he actually though?
let me look. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, back in 1985.
So O.J. Simpson is NFL Hall of Famer, and Bill Belichick can't do it because he has. And I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying I condone it necessarily. It's weird, but like his. It's not like he's dating someone that's not of age. Like that person is a consenting adult. Now, is she trying to get Bill Belichick the sugar daddy? I'm sure, but that's his business. Like he's been successful. He's done what he wanted to do. Like good for Bill. Let Bill do what Bill wants to do. If he wants to get taken advantage of, have a little, have a little fucking, what do they call him? A sugar baby. Let him do what he wants to
Yeah,
fucking do. He's still the best fucking coach of all time, and it's not close. He's a douche. He's a lot of things,
I
but
think
he is the best.
I think a lot of
You can go ahead.
sorry, I think a lot of impact too was just like all the Patriot scandals during the years. You know, Deflategate, Spygate, all that shit. Like I feel like some people are taking that
Hey,
to
if
consideration.
you
And
ain't if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, baby.
Hell yeah.
I literally masked my fantasy football management off of Bill Belichick, dude.
Terrible. Just
If
terrible.
Bill, if there's a way to exploit anything, he does, and he did, and I respect that. As long as it's in the rules, dude, I
Yeah,
respect that.
I think there's going to be a lot of reevaluation on how this Hall of Fame stuff goes
Oh
forward with
yeah,
something like this happening. I don't know how. It's like it's like what are these 10 people thinking? What could you possibly be thinking? Um, but yeah, he.
who did make it in there, or is that just to be? Is that just 10 votes short to actually be voted on if you should make it?
Let me look. Hold on. Okay. 50 members. You need at least 40. He was competing with Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood. Um, each member of the selection committee is allowed to vote up for 3 candidates. Members are not asked to rank them. If a candidate's name appears on the ballot, that counts as a vote. He was left off at least 11 ballots.
Between Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, and
L.C. Greenwood.
okay, Ken Anderson, decent quarterback. Roger Craig, a really good two-way back. I'm pretty sure he was the first back in NFL history to rush for 1,000, receive for 1,000. Um, I don't know who the last guy is. Ken Anderson, I think, was a quarterback for the Bengals. I want to say
Yeah, that sounds right. Because he was throwing Collinsworth, wasn't he? Or am I thinking?
it might have been Ken Anderson. I'm not 100% sure. And the L, I mean, I've watched a
L.C.
ton of
Henderson played for the Steelers. Uh,
Steel Curtain guy.
back, let's see, played from 69 to 81. He
So he's a
had
Steel Curtain guy. What was he? What position?
6 Pro Bowls, defensive end. 6 Pro Bowls, AP All Pro, twice back to back years. 135 games started, had 78 sacks.
So you're telling me a guy that had the 78 sacks, a guy that never won a Super Bowl as a quarterback. I'm pretty sure Kenny Anderson did not win a Super Bowl as a quarterback. And then you're also telling me a guy that Roger Craig, who I would be willing to bet Roger Craig didn't go over 10,000 yards rushing. I'd be willing to bet is over William Belichick.
Let's look at Roger Craig. Yeah, he had averaged 4.1 yards a rush, 56 touchdowns, and had 8,100 career yards. And then Ken Anderson had 32,000 passing yards, 197 touchdowns, 168 receptions, with a 59% completion percentage. Went 91 and 81 as a starter. You're telling me
Any Super Bowls won?
4-time All Pro, was an AP MVP, and was an one time All Pro. 1-time All Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, and then was an MVP.
Yeah. What a joke. What a disgrace
He
to
won
the
the
sport.
MVP going 12-4, 3,700 passing yards, 29 TDs, and 10 interceptions.
Well, you got to think about the time period,
Yeah,
though.
back in '81, as he went in
Yeah, I mean that's good number. I mean that's decent numbers now, but like let's be so for real with ourselves. Bill Belichick wasn't just coaching in soft football times. Like Bill Belichick literally coached early to well before that he was in the 90s
Yep.
as an offensive coordinator and actually I think a head coach of the Browns. And then he didn't do so well as a head coach of the Browns, but he obviously was a good good offensive coordinator, Bill Parcells, guys, went in, became the head coach of the Jets for like a day, stopped being the head coach of the Jets, I'm pretty sure, and went and took the New England job and went in there and took a team with Tom Brady, which New England was a laughing stock. I know we think of
They were
them as
5-11, and then the next year they went and won the Super Bowl.
yes.
Like,
So takes a team, wins a Super Bowl with a not second string quarterback, but a third string quarterback, a sixth round pick, and goes is dominating the sport. I mean, what was his records after that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that he was. I mean, it was
11 and
him or
5,
Manning.
9 and 7, 14 and 2, 14 and 2, 10 and 6, 12 and 4, 16 0, 11 5, 10 and 6, 14 2, 13 3, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 14 2, 13 3, 11 5, 12 and 4. Then he went 7 and 9, 10 and 7, 8 and 9. So you went from 2019 all the way back to 2001 with the most losses you had was 7, and majority of the years you had 5 or less.
Years. And I'm
5 or
pretty
less.
sure the year that he had 7 losses, who was the quarterback?
9 and 7, 2002. They had
Oh, Brady.
Brady, and Rahan Davey. What year did Brady
And I
get
know
hurt?
the
Wasn't that like 05?
2009
2009.
or 10. 9 or 10. 10. 10? 9? 9. Yeah, because
2009.
2008.
Yeah.
2008 they went to Super Bowl. I think it was 9.
Brady went 10 and 6 in 2009. Dude, where the fuck?
Yeah, the year they went 10 and 6, Matt Castle should have been on the roster. I think that was the year because they went 10 and 6 and didn't make the playoffs.
No,
It was also
2010 they went 14 and 2 with Brady.
so it's 2009. I believe it was the year after the the year they went 16 and 0
16 and 0 was
because
2008.
yeah, so 2009 I'm pretty sure was Matt
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah, Matt Castle went 10 and
Because
5, Brady went 1 and 0.
because that year they didn't make it because I believe that was a Wildcat year with the Dolphins where they had what's his face, the dude that smoked a lot of weed, the running back Ricky,
Stanicki? No, I'm joking. That's a movie.
no, Ricky Williams,
Yeah.
Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown I think is what it is. Fact check me, dude. See how good it is, Skinny.
Ricky Williams,
Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown,
2008.
2009.
Nope, 2008. I already just looked.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins roster. Ronnie Brown.
And Ricky Williams.
Ronnie Brown. 1 second, I gotta find him. It's not listed in a very convenient way. Yep, and Ricky Williams. Yep.
See that, Skinny? That's the power of autism.
All right, we gotta keep moving on because I have basketball tonight, so I can't keep
Okay.
talking. Like, we can't keep going and going about news. But Bill Belichick got snubbed. People are idiots. Whatever. Conference championship week. Patriots 10, Broncos 7. Uh, dude, that game got snowy and gross with the weather in a matter of like 20, 30 minutes.
Should have kicked the field goal, brother. That's all I know.
Drake May had 86 passing yards with 1 rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I respect the Patriots, and I did see something that makes me think that they might win the Super Bowl because anytime teams from the West travel to the East, they usually lose. Like statistically, it's very very favorable for that. So I kind of want to say that they probably will win, just because of that.
Or East to
But
West, you mean?
yeah, people that from the West that travel to the East in Super Bowls usually don't win Super Bowls. It's like
The
if
Seahawks
you
are
look at
going to California, and the Patriots are going to California.
oh, maybe it was the other way. I don't know. I'd have to look at the statistic, but maybe I fucked it up.
I don't
But
know.
I
Drake
don't know.
May has to play
Yeah,
a ton
they
better than what he's
they
been able to get away with in the
easily
playoffs.
easily had the easiest schedule in all the NFL.
And then
Like
the
they made it to
playoffs,
the playoff.
they played against three
It-
top defenses, but it wasn't pretty. That's the thing, is there was nothing pretty about his play.
Yeah, but the Broncos, come on, man.
Well, yeah,
Like
no,
I
no,
saw something.
I'm not saying
They played the Broncos. Who else did they play?
played the Texans and they played the Chargers. So Chargers put up no
I'm not gonna
offensive
lie to
points.
you. That is, in my opinion, a way easier schedule. Think about what the Seahawks had to play. The Rams. The Rams are a better team than any of those
Yeah,
teams. Probably combined. Okay, who else did they play?
the 49ers. So
The Niners. The Niners are scrappy. That's not too bad, but it's still a scrappy team. And then so oh yeah, they're the
yeah, they
first
had the
seed,
bye
weren't
week.
they?
I just think the Broncos, Chargers, and Texans all have very good defenses. So I'm not discrediting what you beat a team with a very good team. You beat teams with very good offenses, but Drake May has to be better. He can't have the
Oh
fumbles that
yeah,
he had. They luckily, Will Campbell fell on two of those fumbles. He doesn't fall on those fumbles. Those games change very much. He's got to be the offensive line's got to block, but the offense in a whole has to just be better. But if Drake May is going to be that guy that the hype that he's had all season, he's got to show up in the game that truly matters. C.J. Stroud,
he
the
does.
Texans. If C.J. Stroud plays halfway better than what he did, the Texans probably win that game against the Patriots. It's all about
Yeah.
that one game and showing out and showing why you're that quarterback. And I know the weather got bad, but the weather's no excuse. Matthew Stafford last year against the fucking Eagles in a snowy ass game threw for over 300 yards. I know that snow can
Yeah.
factor into things, and the Rams did have to throw a lot because we were running all over them and scoring. But like, you have to, and they couldn't run. You, if you're gonna be that guy, and they're claiming you to be this guy, you got to show up in these moments. You're luckily, 10-7 win. You had a 16-3 win against the Chargers. Like, your defense has really been winning
Mhm.
you these games, and that's okay. That's fine. But if you're gonna
Too
be that
too
guy,
early. Too early to say.
yeah, I hope he
Who
shows
is
up
your prediction? Who's your prediction right now?
for the
We
Super Bowl.
obviously, I'm not gonna hold you to it. Yeah, but this week,
I'm taking the Seahawks, and I'm not gonna probably change my mind.
really,
That team overall is just clicking everywhere.
it
While
is. It is.
while the Patriots just it's not it's not showing me anything. Like, offensively, it just
No.
has not looked good. The Seahawks defense is playing way better than I would have ever expected that defense when you look at it. They're all fast, shifty, quick hands, long arms, and
Yeah.
they're playing with that. And the other thing too for me is this is like a home game for them. They play in this stadium one time a year, every year for how many years? Their fan,
Yeah.
that's a very short travel. While the Patriots are coming all the way 3,000 miles across the country to play. So it, it's going to have some significance, I think. But I I think the Patriots defense can make it a better game than people think. But if Drake May shows up and plays like he has the last three games, the Patriots are not going
Gonna
to
be a
win this game.
blowout. Yeah.
It's not going to be a game.
Yep.
Um, and then the Seahawks Rams 31-27. Seahawks win. Stafford and Darnold both went over 345 and three touchdowns. Like, that was just a fucking battle of the quarterbacks game. And Sam Darnold showed that he can compete with some of the best of the MVP. Potentially probably MVP. Um, the run game wasn't as dominant as it was the week before. I think Kenneth Walker finished with less than 70 rushing yards or something like that. Like, he still had a touchdown, but Sam Darnold was able to put that offense on his back and lead that
Hmm.
team to a win. And again, their defense,
Someone's someone's legacy is gonna change, man.
yeah, oh yeah,
Like, like, what's their fucking the Seahawks head coach's name? McDonald.
yeah,
I can't think. What's his first name?
McDonald. Isn't it Mike? Mike.
Mike McDonald. Maybe it is Mike McDonald. Yeah, it is Mike McDonald. So you got Mike McDonald, Mike Vrabel, um, Drake May, and Sam Darnold. Like one of these quarterbacks, one of these head coaches is going to be looked at in such a different light in 2 weeks. Like you might look at Vrabel and be like, wow, Vrabel is like top tier. Like he goes from being a good head coach candidate to like he is top tier. So it'll be very interesting to see who wins it. And same thing with Mike McDaniel. Like I think Mike McDaniel's okay, but it's not like anyone that's
He's
too
been
crazy in my opinion.
10-7 with Geno Smith at quarterback, and then he went
Yep.
14-3 with Sam Darnold. So
Yeah.
like his he's winning games. His defense has been way better than it was. Like that team changed very quickly from what we were seeing with Russ and Carroll and just what that team
Mm-hmm.
had turned into. And then, Sam Darnold, he's right now the first quarterback in the 2018 class to make a Super Bowl. If he wins it,
Yeah.
those quarterback, like there's more. I think there's even more pressure put on some of those quarterbacks now that
Does that make Sam Darnold better than Lamar Jackson?
I got. God damn it. The problem with me this is Lamar has been stellar, in terms of like productivity and
Yeah.
winning since right away. Sam Darnold, it took a little bit, but he's been very productive for two teams now. Like he's
Yeah.
and you look at back at he was on the Jets. Okay, what has been good on the Jets? You look at the Panthers. Baker wasn't even good with the Panthers. Like what those teams that he
Yeah.
played for, what were not good positions to be in. He tried to make the best of it, and it didn't work out. And then he took full advantage of last year with the Vikings. Um, it's this game is going to be fun and interesting, and yeah, like you said, legacies are going to be significantly impacted um,
Mm-hmm.
with this. Fuck the Patriots fans though; they get to see a Super Bowl. So goddamn, so what? 6 years they went without a Super Bowl. There's kids that were born in 2020 in 2019 that were like, "Oh, my Patriots suck," and then they're like, "Oh, they're in the Super Bowl." Well, Marcus is over here like, it's almost been 30 years, and my team.
Dude, Skinny. First of all, I've proven to everyone, and I have pictures dating back that prove it. I am a Patriots
Shut
fan.
the fuck up.
Some might say it's due to AI, but that's bullshit. I got rid of it after obviously all the murders happened and stuff because I can't condone it. But I did have an Anthony Hernandez jersey, but I did burn it because he did some whack shit, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Anthony
But
Hernandez. It's Aaron.
Aaron Hernandez,
Such a big fan.
Well, I tried to clear him out of my mind because it just made me hate so much, because he's over
All right.
there murdering people.
Moving on. Pick'ems, bad betting. We went 1-1, so we finished the playoffs at 6-6. Well, not finished because we still got the Super Bowl. So we did better in the playoffs so far than we did in regular season. Pick'ems, I went 2-0 last week. You went 1-1, so you're 10-2 in the playoffs. I'm 8-4 in the playoffs. And then there's no pick'ems this week because we're just gonna wait for next week to do that for the Super Bowl. So the last topic that we have that we can kind of discuss some teams that I have here. What do they need to get over the hump? That's either some of these teams, if they haven't been in the playoffs for a while, we can say, what do they need to get into the playoffs? Some of these teams that if they've made the playoffs, what do they need to get to that Super Bowl or win that Super Bowl? I'm going to start off with the Los Angeles Chargers. What do they need to get over that hump?
Wow, great question. An offensive line.
Healthy offensive line. Just stay healthy.
Yeah, literally that. I think their receiving core, Ladd was good. Keenan Allen was good. He probably won't be there next year, but I mean, I'd imagine that what's his nuts might make a small contract, not anything crazy, but I can't think of his name right now. Number one on their team, drafted from
Oh,
TCU,
Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnston. Like I'd imagine that he'd make a little chunk of change now. So like, I really think it comes down to their offensive line, and I honestly think they got to deal with Mike McDaniel there.
Oh Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see how that offense rolls under him. And think about it. The other one too is Tua and Herbert were in the same draft class, and there's all that controversy on who should have been picked where. And now the coach gets, a guy that's going to be very similar to both now. We're going to see who he has more, who can he have more success with? Who can he
Yeah.
potentially go and win, you know, the, win the fucking playoff game
This
for
is
the Chargers
exciting
next
for the
year?
Chargers, dude. Like you're gonna see play action passing, and the people that like myself believe in him are in Hampton. He's gonna be unlocked. Like Mike McDaniels is a very good offensive mind, and think what he did with fucking what's his face this year. No one believed in Devon Achan.
Yeah,
He rushed for like 1,400
and he
yards,
didn't get
dude.
hurt. I fully expected him to get hurt, but he never got hurt, and I respect that. Uh,
That's my dude.
yeah, that Chargers offense, I would say their their offensive line stayed healthy, and then I think I think for me, in terms of I love Herbert, but you got to get somebody there to just hype him up. Just get him some type
Dude,
of true mentor because
Justin Herbert excuses got to go down though after this year because if
yeah,
if like he
oh yeah,
doesn't do anything, if he can't win a playoff game, like he might just be Tony Romo. He might just
yeah,
be Dak Prescott,
yeah, and I think
Philip Rivers.
I think the big part of that is he I think he's still relatively young. You just got to get something in his because you lose 3 playoff games, you go through all this shit, you're constantly getting beat up, like your morale is going to drop.
Yeah,
And I don't think that anybody in that locker room or in terms of coaches and stuff is doing that type of job. Maybe McDaniel can do that for him, but I think they're also if Keenan Allen leaves, I also think they're going to need a receiver. Um,
yeah.
just it's blatant. You need it. Next one I have is the Panthers. Now that the Panthers have had some success making the playoffs, what do you think they need to get over that hump? They had a shootout with the Rams, almost won the game. We're very close.
That's a hard question. I would say defense looked a lot better. Offense got better. I think it comes down to quarterback play. And whether that is Bryce Young taking another step or that is them finding someone else to replace them because it is very suspect feelings once it comes to Bryce Young.
Yeah,
Is he good? Is he not good?
I
Does
mean,
he deserve it? Does he not? Like I think they have the talent, like receiver wise, they have the talent. Running back wise, they have something going on with Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Defense looked good. Offensive line played really well. I just think that it comes down to quarterback play.
yeah, I think you can say that a lot about a lot of teams. Like clearly the Chargers
Yeah.
quarterback. Like Justin Herbert can be better, for what he's given us. But again, Panthers. I think what they need to do is clearly Bryce Young to take that bigger step this year. He's a first round draft pick, number 1 overall. You got to take that step now. You've seen the playoffs. You sniffed it. You need to take that step. Uh, with me, in terms of personnel, you go get a tight end. I feel like they have not had a good tight end play. What's his nuts has not has not panned out. So try and get a tight end, and
Yeah.
then they're they got good pass rush, defensive line. They got some good DBs. What do they have at running? Or go and get yourself like a linebacker. A more known linebacker. Because I couldn't even tell you who their linebackers are. Like they don't have that. I'm not saying that's what um, is the reason why they lost games or anything. But if you go get yourself a solidified linebacker, I think that'll make a huge impact on that
Hmm.
defense. And then yeah, just a tight end, just another pass catcher, run blocker for you. Because you can't rely on Tet with everything. I mean, you could
No.
argue Jalen Coker took a step, so I think they're good at receivers in terms of that aspect. And you still got
They
Leggett,
can
who's
get
had his.
Makai Lemon, dude. Get some speed.
All right, we'll do like one or two more. Um,
Let's do one more.
One more. All right. The Dallas Cowboys. What do they need to do to get over the hump?
It's a lot, man. I think it's a culture thing.
You think
Like, I
they're
think it's
okay with
obviously
having
defense.
great
Defense
stats?
was, yeah. Honestly, I think Dallas is okay with being mediocre. I think they're okay with having good stats. I genuinely think that there are Cowboy fans out there that are content with the season they had because Javonte Williams looked really good and George Pickens went off. Like I think that they're 100% content with it. Like, well, the stats were good, whatever.
Dak,
But like, what you watch the
Eagles.
team, like Dak was fantastic. Dak
Yeah.
looked good, but defense sucked. Coaching sucked. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's for
As
this team
long
to win
as
a Super Bowl.
CD goes for 1,000, Dak goes for 3,500 to a 4,000. Running back can get 1,000. As long as we can meet these milestones, we're happy.
Well,
We'll
because it
just
sells.
yeah.
Dallas sells, man.
Well, and the other one
You're
too
gonna get
is
your primetime games. You're gonna
and
get that. Like, it doesn't matter how bad they
if
are. Like, it just sells.
if you're doing that, you're gonna earn money, right? Like these players are. Oh, I'm getting 4,000 yards every season. 3,800. Let's say every
Hmm.
season. I would say I'm one of the top passers in the league. You're gonna pay me no matter what, and even if I
Biggest biggest market in the NFL. You're gonna get Campbell's chicken noodle soup commercials. You're gonna get, you know, these commercials that some of these guys won't get unless you're a superstar like Justin Jefferson. Like, I mean, Dak Prescott is probably a top 15 quarterback, but Dak Prescott has more commercials than probably
playoff wins.
Aaron Rodgers has ever had. You know what I mean? And Aaron Rodgers was an
Yeah,
MVP. Like, Aaron Rodgers had State Farm, but like, I mean, Dak Prescott is fucking on everything. So like I don't know.
yeah. I think their defense. They got their. I think they figured out their defensive line situation. With the trade they made, you got Logan Wilson at
Yep.
middle linebacker. Now you got to get those DBs and the pieces around them because clearly you had Bland get injured, you had Diggs get injured, then they
They
both
need they,
swapped.
they need like a just like a fucking run stopping play making. And we haven't seen one of those really in a while. But they need like a Troy Polamalu, Roy Williams, Ed Reed. And I don't remember a safety that has been to that caliber in a while, where they're just like a fucking best in the NFL.
and
We haven't
and
really had one.
bring the hype to
Harrison
that
was really
defense.
good.
Bring the hype and
Yeah,
leadership to that defense. Yeah, I'd like to see them go and they got to make a splash at defensive backs. If you let go Diggs, you got Bland
they
who
they couldn't do it because he's gonna go really early. But Caleb Downs,
yeah, Caleb Downs I have going in the top I think 5.
3. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to say he's gonna
it's
be.
it's gonna be very quick.
He's
Um, yeah, I think I have them picking up. I think they have 2 first round picks too. So I mean,
they do
you could go. I think uh,
this year. They do.
they're always looking at offensive line, so get a good. There's some good offensive tackles and stuff in this, but you go and get a good DB in that first round. You get a DB, you get a tackle. I think, and then I think you're just looking. I mean, they hit last year with their guard in the first round. He played very
Yeah,
well.
hit a lot better than the Vikings did with their guard in the
So
first round.
they're they're right there. I mean, they have all the talent to win, but it's just I think like you said, it's the culture kind of plays into it potentially where they're as long as these people get their stats, we can sell the Cowboy star. You know, we're good.
Merch, yeah.
So that makes sense. But all right, everybody, enjoy your week off of football. Then we'll come back. I guess there's the Pro Bowl on Tuesday if you want to even watch that or pay attention to any of that. I might just look at it. I don't know. Look at how's it going. I don't know. Throw it on just
Oh
for
wow,
something.
the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Then next week we'll have our episode leading into the Super Bowl. Do our pick'ems there. No pick'ems this week.
Yep.
I have to get to
We should
basketball.
be. We'll be having the Super Bowl together. So
Yeah, we'll be there. But cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody that tuned in, You're done drinking? Alright, I guess I'm drinking by myself for the billionth time after an episode.
God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere you get your podcast needs. We got it,
Not Apple Music.
except Apple Music.
And I
We
don't
don't
think
have
we're
Apple Music.
and I don't think we're on iHeartRadio and stuff like that, but like that's like
We're
that's
on anywhere you get
that's
your
above my pay
podcast.
grade.
And